Welcome back, everybody. Good afternoon. My name is EonShiKeno, and I'm going to cast a game on Jungle Basin today between Socke, that's our blue Protoss player on the top part of the map, and ROOTqxc is the purple Terran player on the bottom part of the map. He's not going for a wall off with his barracks and supply depot. I kind of like this positioning. I do this quite a lot when I play TVP. He's got a pretty nice wall off for part of his base going here. He's got the supply depot next to his command center. Connected to the barracks, and the barracks, as soon as he gets its tech lab, will go right here, fit in there nice perfectly, get a nice little wall. And Socke building a little bit closer to his base. Just kind of doing both standard builds from both players here at the beginning of the game. This replay just got posted, so I figured, you don't know what the hell, do a commentary on it. QXC going to be the first one to scout his opponent. He's going to check out what's going on here. He's not going to see anything too special. Gateway, cybernetics core, all that jazz, and Socke is going to be scouting his opponent here very shortly. Going to come in here, come up the ramp, check out the base, and what do we got first? A tech lab. So we have one marine tech lab. Command center finishing the orbital, just finished, is going to call down a mule more than likely. And there goes the mule. Tech lab is coming up pretty quickly. A lot of players, it's kind of common to see two marines and then get a tech lab. I don't know why. It's just something you do, I guess. Seems to work out fairly well. I do that in most of my TVP builds. So that marine did fight that probe away from that Zelnaga tower, so the marine does the Zelnaga tower under control. So QXC with a lot of vision, and this SCV still in the base of Socke, running around scouting. And those early game scouts are so annoying. And the sentry, actually going for a sentry first, not a stalker. So maybe we're going to see Socke play a little more defensive this time. And a stalker coming out second. Actually, probably not. He's probably just getting that sentry out first, just because he wants to have those force fields, that energy built up on that sentry, as opposed to getting the stalker first. So probably going to transfer this marine. Actually, going to leave the marine there and run the SCV back. No? Okay, maybe not. But yeah, here we go. There's the expansion from Socke. So Socke going for a quick second expansion, one gate into an expand. And we're going to see if QXC is going to maybe play more aggressive against the strategy. Let's see if he's going to scout this. Pushing up with a Marauder and two Marines is concussive shells finished. Concussive shells is finished, and he's maybe going to do two Marine, one Marauder SCV push into the front. Actually, he's got two Marauders, so it's really just going to come down to whether or not he can get these force fields off. And sending the SCV up first, going to get some vision. No, he's just going to fall back. And QXC's, if he turns around, he can snipe that stalker. Oh, that was a bad move from Socke. He really should have that on hold position or something. So just a little back and forth play right here at the bottom of Socke's ramp. Not much being traded too much there. Socke actually came out ahead just because he didn't take any hull damage, and QXC actually did take a little bit of damage on his marine, just 10, nothing too bad. So the expansion for Socke is about 75-80% finished. There it is, 80% finished. And going for a factory now, building a barracks, and then building a starport. And getting that STEM research going. Just getting supply block there for a little bit from QXC. And probe transfer. Oh man, I totally messed that up. But anyway, a probe transfer to the natural expansion of Socke. So he's going to have a pretty good economic lead. And in QXC not going for an expansion, I don't even think he scouted it. No, he hasn't even scouted it yet. That could turn around to bite him. He isn't even preparing for an expansion. He's building a lot of production facilities. He's got 5 production facilities. He's going to have a reactor. So he's making a medevac out of his starport, and he's making a reactor on his factory. So maybe he's going to go for like a Hellion drop. That could be pretty useful considering how far that expansion is from his main. He could come in here, drop Hellions from the back, kill a bunch of probes, and push in from the front at the same time, trying to split up his opponent's army. So we have the factory lifting off. Not going to be producing anything actually. It's just going to go do some scouting. Unfortunately, that is the life of a factory sometimes. Transferring a barracks to the reactor to make some marines, so he's going to just be pumping out of the one starport, making medevacs, and then of course producing marines and marauders out of those other 3 barracks, and pushing up with that. I'm not quite sure what QXC is going for. If he's going to go for an attack, or if he's just going to try and sit outside his base, just maybe do some harassing with this medevac, maybe come in here and drop below Socke's base. But that observer was pushing out. He did get a whole eye view of that, and he transferred his army down to the expansion. And QXC is just going to be able to walk in there unless this force field, oh, really quick on the draw right there with that sentry. But he has vision, he's not going to be able to kill that, and if he has no other sentries, that sentry had almost full energy, actually does have one way over here, but he's transferring some units in this medevac over here, so I really like this quick transfer spot right here. Just picking up and dropping them as they shoot, and just going to fall back over the little cliff there, and you just use the range of these units, and now these zealots are kind of worthless at this point if QXC just decides to keep playing this game. No force fields able to be thrown down at the bottom of the ramp, and QXC can just walk up there scouting with the medevac first. He's going to push in. He can just push right in. He can just stem push in there, get a bunch of kills. Warping in a sentry, but it's going to be too late. He's going to be able to take out that stalker and that sentry, and then QXC is just going to fall back. I think he is out gunned here if he decides to fight the full force of Socke straight up. So QXC just playing harassing, get 1 or 2 kills, and just getting what he can get without taking almost any damage. Right now, since the army transfer from Socke has moved up here and the first immortal is out, so that's going to be able to tear up QXC quite well. Now would be a perfect time to transfer his army over here to this position. I remember I was playing a ZVT, or actually I was a T Terran versus Zerg, and I was just moving my thrower back and forth here. But anyway, we've got the fight. Force field's going down, not too terribly effective. Zealots coming up, trying to taking some damage, but losing that medevac, unfortunately. Oh, Immortal in a terrible position, gets pushed up, focus fire taken out. And QXC is actually going to be able to kill the rest of this army. Wow, he's going to actually be able to kill the rest of this off. That Immortal was really misplaced. And anytime if you're Terran versus the Protoss, and you see your opponent just you want to fall back just because you stem, you want to hit and run. If he gets his Immortal out of position, gets that Immortal in front, just turn around, hit it with 2 rounds, and just drop it. And that's just going to completely ruin his day because the Immortal is just what does so much damage versus the Marauders. But QXC has that expansion up. He's building to a command center. We have that thermal lance being researched, a forge going down, this factory just kind of hanging out over here. And an observer for Socke outside the base, so he sees another push is coming, but he has more than enough sentries thrown on force field. But he's not. QXC's actually fading him out of his base and doing quite a bit of damage right now. Those medevacs aren't really being microed very well, but he doesn't really have enough stalkers to take advantage of that micro. A bunch of stalkers being warped in. He's got 5 stalkers now. Now he can really focus fire and kill those medevacs. He can 2-shot them. Colossus in the back, just dealing so much damage, and QXC is kind of whittling away the army right now. Transferring some units into this medevac, taking him over here to the expansion, just dropping him over here, and QXC is really going to maybe kill quite a few Protoss here. Maybe he's going to be able to focus on and kill the Colossus. He should have enough Marauders to do this, but no, it looks like it's going to be stemming. He wants to suicide and kill that. Oh, he's getting up the ramp. He doesn't have vision, and he finally does take it, but at the cost of like 3 Marauders, a Marine, and maybe even a medevac. No, the medevac does get away. It's going to hide out here and even be rallied back here to the front. So we have Marines over here, a Marine Marauder at the front of the ramp. I think there's another little tussle going there. Sorry if I missed that. Ghost Mobius reactor research going, and QXC really hasn't started any of the gas at his expansion. Just kind of going off his main. So let's check back here at the production facility. So he's got 4 barracks. Actually, that's 5. That one's going to be transferred and added tech lab onto it. And here at the middle, we've got a fight. Looks like Socke is forcing his way to the middle of the map, trying to regain map control against QXC. QXC doesn't really have the army to fight this off. His medevacs are both extremely low. That observer pushing out front, just getting the vision ahead of time so Socke knows what he's coming into. Scanning, actually missing that whole army, and Socke now has map control, forced QXC back, and Socke is in a really commanding position. He's even setting for 3rd at this point. So QXC is really going to have to do some tricky stuff. Pulling some SCVs, he's throwing down some bunkers. I guess he's afraid that a push is incoming. And really, Socke could push right now. He has, like, what is that, 7 Stalkers, 2 Zealots, 1 Sentry, 2 Colossi with the Thermal Lance upgrade, throwing down a proxy pylon here at the Zelnaga Caverns. And over here on the left side, QXC going to go for a drop on the left side of Socke's base. And at the same time, this observer just scouting around looking for an expansion. Hasn't seen anything yet. And I don't think he's even seen the one in the middle. Let me check. No, he hasn't seen it. So we have a drop here in the back. Let's see what kind of damage QXC can get. Socke already on top of it is running his probes away. Actually, only running half his probes away. And the Colossi is coming out. 3 Stalkers being warped in. 1 already being taken out. And kind of focus firing down. Colossi going to be able to take out those Marines right there. And this medevac is going to be able to get away so close. Maybe not going to get away. Oh man, he's going up to the top. He's going to lose it right now. Yep, gonna lose it right there. I think it would have been safer for him to go to the bottom because whenever you go to the top, FU medevac nerf. Yeah, I was gonna say the exact same thing. Those medevacs are so slow right now, and there's definitely been a lot more dead medevacs. People really haven't got used to the new timing of how much sooner you need to leave with your medevacs. And Socke obviously loves the medevac nerf. He's like, oh, I love that. I got so many more kills lately. But anyway, right now, Socke, I think, is in a commanding position. He does have a tech advantage. We have Vikings out. We've got some Ghosts. See if he's going to get a good enough EMP right there. Great EMP, only missing maybe 4 or 5 units here on the left. Force field, Vikings out. Focus firing down. One Colossus already dropping. Marines and Marauder pushing up. There's not that many Zealots, but just enough, I think, maybe. Oh, man, this is not looking good for Socke. Those Vikings are really dealing all the damage to all those Colossi. 2 of them are so low in the red, and QXC just taking this out, and that Proxy Pylon is going to get pushed. Socke with some Photon Cannons here in the front. 4 Zealots and a Stalker pushing up, but Marauder Micro pulling back. Medics healing, and Socke is really just going to have to get some units up here to defend this expansion. QXC doing some very nice micro, pulling back just parts of his army where the Zealots were pushing into, and bringing up those Vikings. Going to be able to take out that Colossus pretty fast. But no, he's going to pull out too far, and this Photon Cannon maybe going to help out. Just tank a little bit of damage. He's pulling probes right now, pulling probes to fight off these Marauders, maybe trying to get us around, but it doesn't look like it. And this Colossus is so pissed because he's like, where's my backup Vikings just hanging out, killing off units, probes, pushing up, and QXC just bringing more and more units, just running off this 2 base. Socke now, he has like 5 Stalkers out trying to defend against like, what is that, 10 Marauders, 9 Marauders? Stimming, pushing up, he's going to try focus fire, kill down that pylon. That's the only pylon anywhere close to bringing reinforcements for Socke. So Socke looks like he's going to sacrifice this expansion outside of his base in the middle of the jungle basin. So 1 Colossus and 4 Stalkers against a pretty large army from QXC. Let's check the food count. 121 food for QXC and only 80 for Socke. So Socke may be getting a little too greedy, pushing out there before his army was big enough, and just really kind of getting steamrolled at that point. Socke now aware of the expansion, so he knows he's down an expansion to QXC, and he's really just going to have to start pumping some units, maybe win a unit battle, gain map control, throw down an expansion. But no, he's just going to throw down an expansion and try and defend it right here. Back here in the middle, right where he lost it, QXC got some more Marine Marauder. Let's check the upgrades. 1-1. So blinking in, he does have blink with those Stalkers blinking straight in, and Colossi in the back. But oh man, there's so many Vikings, 4 Vikings, and so many Marine Marauder, and there's just not enough Warp Gate units to protect that Colossi. Stalkers and just not enough units. Unfortunately, Socke does GG, and Socke leaves the game. And I guess Nadagas was in here. Who else was in here? All About You, Drobo, and Druby. So this must have been like a show match or something, or some type of custom game. But anyway, maybe a King of the Hill match. But that was a pretty close game there from both these players. Socke may be getting a little too greedy, but QXC just applying so much pressure there at the beginning, just kind of abusing medevacs in this crack here in the ground, and the distance that a player has to go between his main and then defending his expansion over here is really a pretty far distance. It reminds me of Blistering Sands, just because the distance from your main to your natural is so far, and for your opponent it's so short right here if they just have some type of flying unit or transportation unit. But anyway, yeah, I hope you guys like that, and subscribe to my YouTube channel, and I'll see you guys later.